One half of the Co-op managerial dream team, Mark Wilson, has been appointed as the brand new Partick Thistle manager in a signing that feels like it's from the Co-op. It feels like it's from Tesco. It feels like it's from the meal deal section. Partick Thistle, the former under-18s coach, is now the new Partick Thistle boss, and the fans aren't really happy. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Is this a cheap option? You're damn right it is.
Former captain at HMS Brecon City, he left him. Well, I say he left him. Was he sacked? Bottom of League 2,
He
man.
almost went in with the ship.
The guy should be nowhere near Partick.
You know what it
Thistle.
was? Mark Wilson would have been the captain in Titanic, but they said, nah, you're shite. You're on the next lifeboat out of here. That's how his Brecon run went.
It's time to go, Robbie.
Yeah, as Claude once said, R.I.P. But yeah, I mean, Mark Wilson... Gordon Dalziel can hype him up and say he's his pal and he's going to do a great job, and once that fan base gets behind you, we literally seen the fan base call out Mark Wilson on Super Scoreboard and say, he's done an alright job, but I don't want him to be the manager. Yeah. Literally to his face.
Yeah, every Partick Thistle fan that called up was like, thanks for the memories, but no thanks kind of deal. And when you actually look at it, I think Mark Wilson and Brian Graham together, combined, actually did a decent job. They came in and they got Partick Thistle into the playoffs. They got Partick Thistle past the Ayr game. Yeah, they came unstuck against Livy, but you look at Livy, they went up, they beat Ross County. I actually think that Livy... I'll go as far as saying I think Livy are stronger than Falkirk, and I think they'll finish above Falkirk next season. So I don't think there's any shame in losing the playoff semi-final to Livy.
No, there's not. Rumours that Brian Graham could be going to Falkirk, though. That's an interesting one. But
yeah, we thought maybe he was coming towards the end of his career. They keep saying that he's done, but he keeps scoring goals, and he's went from being done to potentially moving to the Scottish Premiership. So that's not bad for what I think he's 36 now.
37. No brainer. No brainer. Sign him up.
You know what? I get it. He's enjoying his time at Partick Thistle. And the Partick Thistle fans seem to, really like the guy. And why wouldn't you like the guy when he's scoring a shitload of goals for you every season? His goal scoring record at Partick Thistle is phenomenal. But, if I was Brian Graham, you're coming towards the end of your career. You're getting a chance to play Premiership football. Might only be for one season, but I think you've got to take it, man. You're going to get trips to Celtic Park, Ibrox, Pittodrie, Tynecastle, big games. Premiership season ahead of you. I'd be surprised if he turned it down. He could stay at Partick Thistle, but here, even if he could play till he's 40, there's no guarantee Partick Thistle are coming up. So
no, there is no guarantee. Yeah,
does he want to see out his career in the Championship, or does he want to have one last hurrah in the Premiership? To me, it's a no-brainer. Anyway, enough of Brian Graham. Let's talk more about Partick Thistle, and let's talk more about Mark Wilson. And Mark Wilson is the new manager. And what has the football director of football, Ian Barraclough, said about the appointment? He said, quote, "We fully appreciate that supporters will feel frustrated. It has taken us longer than we anticipated to make this announcement, particularly as there has been a great deal of speculation throughout the course of this week. We believe Mark is the best fit for Partick Thistle. His knowledge and commitment to promoting our own talent shone through as we did. The leadership he showed on the training pitch, in the dressing room, and during matches as we enjoyed a memorable end to the season. It was always clear to us throughout the process that Mark was an integral part of our future aspirations." End of quote. Wilson said about his appointment, quote, "I am really pleased to be the head coach at Partick Thistle, and I cannot wait to get started. It's going to be a busy summer, but one I am looking forward to." End of quote. And that's interesting. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Brian Graham's also stepped down as the manager of the women's Thistle team too. So could this be a sign that Brian Graham is leaving the club? Maybe.
Of course he is.
Could this be a sign that Mark Wilson is leaving?
I'm pretty sure Brian Graham's already left. I'm pretty, because he was at the manager running, and then.
Could Mark Wilson be leaving Super Scoreboard setup?
Well, that's from a selfish point of view. I like him and Gordon Dalziel. Their night's the best night.
Yeah, we used to get them twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday. Unfortunately, Mark Wilson took the co-GM managerial role of Partick Thistle, and he
co-GM.
Aye, it was relegated down to one night a week.
Stone cold Mark Wilson. What?
But I've got a feeling that if Mark Wilson is now the permanent, it's just going to be. I think it's going to be difficult for him to be there and and voice his opinions and be critical
But then
the way he would if he wasn't.
But he done it, I guess, since February to a degree. You know what I mean? So it's not at the. I think he'll do it.
I do think they're a little bit reserved and hold back.
No, they are, but let's not pretend that like the championship's the forefront on Super Scoreboard. It's really not.
But yeah, but now he's a full-time manager now. I mean, that could, that could affect what he does. That rules him out of ever being there on a Saturday. So he's not going to do Saturday anymore. And I mean, maybe he'll want to focus. Maybe he won't have a spare Thursday night to do scoreboard
or Tuesday or whatever. So sad for us because that's the dream team over on Clyde Super Scoreboard. But you know what? To sum it up, it's the easy option for Partick, isn't it? Oh, the guy that's managed this the last couple of months. It's the Rangers taking Barry kind of appointment.
Aye, it's a cheap option. Speaking of cheap, one guy that wasn't really cheap was Paulo Bernardo. He cost 3.5 million, but new Partick Thistle boss Mark Wilson says that Celtic shouldn't have bought it. Says that he's not worth the money, and that Bernardo isn't a Celtic player. Thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts on that are a wee bit harsh, maybe. But then I looked at his stats and I went, ooh, 44 games, 3 goals, 4 assists. That's not that good.
Let's see what Mark Wilson actually said then regarding the Scottish Cup final. He said the following, quote, "Both of them, Engels and Bernardo, were disappointing on the day. I don't think there's any getting away from that. I thought they struggled to identify space. Both of them. I thought Callum McGregor was seeing playing to the ball and Aberdeen were allowing that. You could see Shinnie was just that screener in front of the Aberdeen back five. It's then up to those two, who are kind of both your number 8s, to find space and rotate with fullbacks and wide guys. I think Hatate does it brilliantly. He identifies space, pulls people into tough areas, and Celtic play through. I didn't think Engels or Bernardo did that particularly well. I have been quite consistent with Bernardo when it was up for debate whether Celtic should sign him. I was probably one of the ones that said no. I don't think it was worth the risk and the money. Not the risk, just the money. I didn't think he had done enough in the big games. I get he went through that wee purple patch. He scores against Rangers. But you need to be more than that if you are playing in the Celtic midfield. You need to be more than just 3 games on the bounce good and then just go non-existent for the big games like the Cup final." End of quote. Is that harsh? Is that fair? Is Bernardo non-existent in the big games?
Here, I don't think.
Is he living off that goal against Rangers?
I mean, it's a long fucking time ago. Like, I mean, it's literally about 18 months ago. But I think the big problem is...
Well, Adam Adair lived off that Scottish Cup final goal for a while, didn't he?
He did, but I think the problem is they lost the Scottish Cup. Honestly, see if Celtic win on penalties. There's probably no mention of this. It just puts things into perspective when you lose, and obviously Paulo Bernardo's catching strays. But, I mean, if the rumours are true about Hatate probably leaving, can Celtic really afford to be getting rid of Bernardo?
I've said it once, I'll say it again. For me, Hatate's the best midfielder at Celtic.
Yep.
And I include Callum McGregor in that category.
But then you lose Hatate, or, you know, it's like, if you're Celtic, you've got the money, go and spend it on Lennon Miller. You know what I mean? Get rid of fucking Bernardo. Let Hatate walk out the door if you want. Go and get Lennon Miller. They've got the money to do it. But rumours are Lennon Miller's about 10 million euros. Are Celtic going to pay 10 million or like 8 million, 7.5? I don't know.
Don't think so. Speaking of money, how much money will Mark Wilson have to spend as the new Partick Thistle boss? Apparently not much. Apparently he's on a tight budget.
I'm not surprised.
The funds are limited at Thistle.
He will be sacked by November time.
That could be the case. Normally I always predict Partick to win the championship, and I think, I'm going to get it right one of these years. Will I pick a Partick Thistle led by Mark Wilson in a league that contains St John and Ross County to win the championship? Probably not.
Dunfermline and teams like that, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. Anyway, guys, that's it. Let us know your thoughts on the appointment. Mark Wilson, the new manager, doesn't think Paulo Bernardo's worth 3.5 million, doesn't think he's good enough, doesn't think he performs in the big games. Let us know your thoughts on that. We'll catch you in the next one. Till then, peace.